Big day. Finally finished all of the siding on this freaking garage. So all the siding's done. Now we're just moving on to the stone. And just talk about this siding is CertainTeed 8-inch board and batten. And it's got a little bit of texture to it. It's kind of hard to see. But it was really nice to work with. I think I would have had a heck of a time doing this with horizontal, like traditional siding. Plus I think it would look like a giant double wide parked out here. This just gives it a little bit nicer look. And I think once the stone is wrapped on the front and then on the house to match, I think it's gonna tie in pretty nicely. Couple things though, I use this, I don't even know what you call it. It's called 2.5-inch window casing. You kind of work it like you would jade channel, and I chose to do that. I think it turned out okay if you don't get too close and look at the, I don't know, doing vinyl is not my forte, but it turned out pretty nice, especially from a distance. Can't really tell. Just jade channel around the door with some PVC trim. Still got to do some, I still got lots of finish work. But what was interesting about this stuff is that it comes in 10 foot and 12.5 foot lengths, which was important because this side of the building is so big, so tall. I had to really think about how my whole layout was going to be before even starting. So on this section here, it's just under 10 feet to that H-bar across the top. And then the next elevation down is 12 feet, or actually it's 12 feet to that H-bar up there. And then the last one, I couldn't, well, I had an issue. I didn't know if I was gonna put a little piece of H-bar across the bottom or overlap. Everybody says you can't overlap this siding. I think I proved them wrong. And I don't think I'm gonna have any issues until you get really close. You can't even see it from up there. But I've got these couple pieces right here where it's overlapped and one little piece there that I just needed enough to get to the top. So that was my problem. I only had 12 feet, 6 inches, and then I had to overlap. So that basically is another piece underneath, and I had to trim the nailing flange underneath here so it slides on. So it's a pretty tight fit. I think I can put a little dab of caulk in these two corners. I'm not gonna worry about that. But there's no way water can get in there. It was just really tricky to do. I certainly wouldn't recommend doing that across the front of a house where you're gonna see it. But it worked really well for here and saved me a bunch of money and saved me from having to put a piece of H-bar across the front. But the back was a pretty big pain in the butt. Had to use scaffolding for that whole thing, and then just had to use the really tall ladder for the rest. But yeah, this CertainTeed 8-inch board and batten. I think we're gonna use the leftover that we have on the house, and I'm even considering just going ahead and doing the siding on the house to match, because it looks like crap after we put this new stuff up. But I put a aluminum drip edge underneath there for the stone, and that should keep any water from getting captured back behind it. Yeah, man, big day. Finally got all the siding done. If I could just get a garage door, we'd be cooking with fire, cooking with gas, whatever they say. Anyhow, pretty excited to be done with all this stuff and on to finish all the electrical.